Hello, guys. Welcome back to episode 9. I'm Warhammer. This is our modded Meowing campaign, ultimate modded campaign for Grand Cathay.
Witness my power.
We have taken a fair amount of Cathay. We confederated Xiaoming last time, and we're almost to the point of dealing with the Jadesea pirates, though they are besieging us at Fu Chao. The Great Bastion was wrong spot. The Great Bastion was broken through again, and the Chaos Dwarfs declared war on us. So unfortunately, we're gonna have a hard time. We got this guy trying to recruit another army to try to deal with them. Village, I don't think Village will be too much of a problem if he attacks Weijin. It has a very good garrison. But we're also trying to take out the Dark Elves. This is their last settlement. It is going to be a hard battle, though, because it's Lokir, and he has a full Blackheart helping him out, so... Yeah, is it better in this... Let's look at the map. I couldn't remember if we decided to wait and see if he'd fight us in the field. I actually feel more comfortable fighting him in a siege battle because our magic is going to be more effective in the tight alleyways. So let's do it. Do it to it, as my dad would say.
Crossbowmen, raise the dragons. Warriors, understood. Repositioning. Marching as one. Wind and fire. Stone and steel. It is fated. Stone and steel. Master of tempest. Shenyang's faithful. The storm will blow. Shenyang's faithful. Wind and fire. Shenyang sends us. Bringing harmony. Crossbowmen. Defenders of Cathay. We obey. Order and balance. Whatever is required. Bringing harmony. Thoughts in harmony. Order and balance. Defenders of Cathay. Herr Jäger. Roquois. Minds as one. Raise the dragons. Ready to defend.
Celestial sorcerer! There is a way! Hunt them down! Supreme watch! I'll die willingly! Dragon crossbow! Bring in harmony! Absolute! Sent by dragons!
The Emperor expects.
I will succeed!
Strike them down! The celestial faithful! Never conquered! Wind and fire!
Gate master! Immediately attack!
For the Emperor! Behold the tempest! Jade warriors! Move with wind! Stone and steel! By celestial decree!
Forward! Heavens await!
Guided by ancestors! Repositioning! Whatever is required! Raise the dragon! Might of Gyra!
Herr Jäger! mind is ready.
The celestial daughter. Jade warriors. Sun Yang sends us.
Dragon Guard! Repositioning!
Defenders of Cathay. Repositioning.
Yes! Yes! Okay! Fine! Gate Master, they die! Move in formation!
Thoughts in harmony. The Storm Dragon. The Storm Wind blows. Ours cannot be lost. Mistress of Storms. March for the Emperor.
Herr Jäger! Done! Remain steadfast!
Doom is decreed.
Warriors. For the defense.
Master of Azir! Shield of Celestial Emerald! Warriors! Let us go!
March in ordered ranks.
Guided by ancestors! Sent by dragon!
Sun Yang's faithful.
Marching as one! Move in formation! Contract! Going! All set! Raise the dragon emperor!
Sacred purifier.
Order and balance. Marching as one.
Repositioning! The celestial faithful!
It is decreed. Master of Tempest.
Vanguard of the bodies.
Sen Yang, guide me.
To here!
Minds as one. The celestial faithful. Seeking Cathay's foes.
Cathay prevails!
Without hesitation. Witness their demise.
Hail!
The storm wind blows.
Agreed!
There can never be too much.
Never conquered.
Dragon Guard! Move as wind! Agreed!
Sun Yang sends us.
Slay!
My power is absolute.
Master of Defense! No question, I heed the call. I hear the heavens!
Behold the Tempest.
Jade crossbows! Attack in unison! As you say!
Weakness festers. Fire shall cleanse it.
Move and win! Will of the Dragon! We obey!
For the Moon Dragon. Execute them.
Herr Jäger! Battle fever! I will defend it. I stand ready! Jade warriors! Sent by dragons!
Sent by dragons.
Defenders of Cathay! The celestial faithful!
Move as wind. Ready to defend. Stone and steel. Move in formation.
Master! Sent by the dragons.
Thoughts in harmony. Ancestors' decree.
Harmonious rock! Sword and steel!
The storm dragon.
Our ancestors' decree! Thoughts in harmony! Dragon sent by dragons!
For Cathay.
Gang sends us!
Wind and fire. Guided by ancestors. Gairan's fury.
Willingly. Chandra sees all. Chandra judges all. My path is forged. Moving up! Through fire. Through moon.
Harmonious rock.
They will perish! Move as wind! Dragon cross... Celestial fury! Crossbowman! Retreat! Withdraw! Restore order!
Order and balance.
Her will guides my steps.
I'm here!
No other fate is written.
Sun Yang's faithful. Mistress of storms. For the defense. The sword that leads. Even dragons. March in ordered ranks.
For the moon dragon!
Master.
Dragon crossbow! Execute them! The dragon's will!
Attack in
Yang's faithful! Jade crossbows! Overwhelmed!
celestial fury.
Minds as one!
Demons never sleep.
Warrior crossbows! Let order be restored!
Vendors with joy.
Divide war.
The storm winds blow. Warrior crossbows.
March in ordered ranks!
Minds as one. Restore order.
Celestial fury! Instant fire! Thoughts in harmony! Immediately!
Defend the realm.
Warrior crossbow! Bringing harmony! Crossbowman! March in ordered ranks!
The celestial faithful. Defenders of
Marching as one!
Move and win.
Dragon guard! Seeking Cathay's foes! Order and balance! Harmonious rock!
The celestial faithful. Sun Yang sends us.
Master!
Never conquered.
I volunteer.
Seeking Cathay's foes.
Move in formation!
For the Emperor.
It pleases the dragons!
Raise the dragons. Sent by dragons. Stone and steel.
Crossbowman! Defend the realm! Supreme watch
Thoughts in harmony.
for the Dragon Emperor!
Bringing harmony.
Indeed! The heavens Positioning!
With joy! Whatever is required!
Sent by Shen Yong! Gate Master!
Ready to defend. The storm wind blows.
Agents rescue!
The Emperor.
Rooting out evil!
Never conquer.
Harmonious roar! Great crossbow!
Gosh, that was a hard battle. We almost lost several characters and our sky junk. But we pulled it off. Ooh. I don't remember how much movement range we had, so I'm going to loot and occupy it. That should wipe out, yes. Wipe out the Dark Elves.
The storm dragon.
Meow Ying. Duration. We only have one Celestial Dragon Guard at the moment. Actually, we have Regiment of Renown and some bow guys. I'll worry about that later. I think I just want to get these two, actually.
A tool.
More replenishment would be very nice. This Gate Master is immortal now, and we've hit level 20, so we can actually look at his unique skills. So Resourceful Defender gives casualty replenishment for the army, speed and ammunition, and then the further points give leadership, and then buffs for peasants. Where you get you get more uses of restock, and then Double Dragon gives you double shot ammunition. Shield Bearer gives training increased 20%. Wow, that's actually a lot. More missile block chance, more melee defense, and then you get melee defense and missile resist for the army, and a cooldown to your ability. And with Stalwart, which gives you shield slam when you're melee. Okay, that's pretty cool. Rear Guardsman. Ambush defense chance for the army, leadership and weapon strength for you, speed and charge bonus for the army, cooldown of foe seeking to the onslaught, and then rear charge deficit flank. Let's take this one actually. Shield Bearer. Then I don't care about this one right away. Let's get the army-wide bonuses first. Astromancer, let's get you not missile resist. Or sorry, not spell resist, missile resist, since you are mounted now. I mean, since you're on a flying mount. That's the big reason why. Saitang took a lot of damage. Let's do Pierce the Ranks, because that gives him a big boost to his missiles. The physical resist armor will be nice later on, so we'll go for that. Coaching Felix hit level 12, awesome. So Fate of Grimnir is great, and then let's get melee attack one attacking, and then pulse battle loot, and Fear and Perfect Vigor. Felix, this improves your, oh yeah, that's right, I'm thinking of this one that gives him increased healing. Let's give him Guardian, that's always great. Immune to diplomatic penalties from trespassing. Let's do this one. Growth and charmed attacks. Oh, that gives him Enragel too. I forgot about that. Man, this guy got super close to dead though. Let's give him your range attack. What does this do? More negative corruption. I don't care about that at the moment. Let's just make you tanky because you got very close to dying last time.
Ready to defend.
Gate Master.
That is forbidden.
Alright, we still have this guy to worry about. You were going to come help retake the Great Bastion and probably defend against some of these Chaos Dwarves. Shang Wu, we've got complete control. Oh, yeah. We need to build up some of this stuff now that we've got access to all this territory that we inherited during our Confederation. Celestial Monas. Oh, you're probably pretty safe. We'll upgrade your wine production. This will give us another hero slot and reduce global recruitment time. Same thing there. Homei, you've got 8 turns to hit tier 5.
Alchemist of the House of
We've got several more turns. Why is our public order so bad here? Is that all the yen? Oh no, so that's the minus from buildings is the fact that we don't control the Great Bastion. Because this is probably getting the same thing. I guess not, so I don't really know exactly what's going on. Oh, that's what it does. Okay, it's this one. Okay, well, it is severely affecting our growth because of that, but I can't help it. We'll keep that around for a little bit. I don't need to build my outpost. Let's... Oh, Boris is still alive.
I will listen.
Let's trade with some of the Empire.
Approach us, friend.
Hopefully that's like another 500 a turn. Right, so I think that's everyone except for this army, and we're going to wait for a siege battle. Our caravan... Oh yeah, we have 2 caravans now after confederating Zhao Ming, since he does get more from his skills. Alright, we'll hope for the best. Oh, I forgot to move some... Oh, that's right. This alchemist. You were going to go back through the sea lane and come back into Cathay. Because we already made contact with you on Bow.
Give me one reason not to strike you down where you stand.
Oh, Tamarkan, of course. Is he not at war with the ogres? I kind of regret not taking that alliance with the ogre kingdoms. Okay, that's a lot of units, but actually not too much stuff that we have to worry about. The Infernal Ironsworn are a problem, and the Infernal Guard, but I think we can deal with the rest of it because it's just hobgoblins, and we have a fair amount of stuff to hold the walls and the gates. So bring it on! Ooh, Chaos Dwarves coming to the Great Bastion. They actually... I think they used a hero action, maybe that's part of their lord, but they actually made some breaches in the start, so that's not great. Not too many dangerous units, mostly hobgoblins, but there are some very strong units. We have Infernal Guard, some Cathay Fireborn, Infernal Ironsworn in particular. These guys are very nasty, along with some blunderbusses and Iron Glaives, or Fire Glaives, sorry, over there. We're going to do our best just to weaken them and focus down the more dangerous units as fast as we can. Trying to get some damage in with the towers, try to keep them up as long as possible. Hopefully with these breaches, they're not going to try to go on top of the gates. But ooh, our Iron Hail Gunners actually taking a good amount of fire from these Hobgoblin Archers. Trying to get their armor-piercing shots onto these Infernal Ironsworn. Because their grenades can be very, very dangerous, so we want to kill as many of them as we can. These Infernal Guard are going down pretty quickly, though. Our defense is being led by our Tiger Lord, and we have a Tendao Shadow as well, who's an assassin character. He has Weeping Blade, so that can be very, very useful. But they are trying to climb up along with a few things. Blunderbusses up here. Hobgoblin Archers. Not quite pushing in, except for with these Hobgoblins right now. Infernal Guard's still holding their place in the back, but yeah, Iron Hail Gunners took a lot of damage from those Hobgoblin Fire Archers and Wolf Riders as well. Well, another secondary force coming in. This one, again, mostly Hobgoblins, but a few dangerous units. Some blunderbusses. Our Tendao Shadow, unfortunately, tried to attack these guys. I was trying to send him over here to help fight these guys, but looks like he pathed over there for some reason. So the Cathay are going to try to do some damage on that. More magic coming down, Searing Doom, top some Jade Warriors with crossbows. These cutthroats are almost dead. These blunderbusses were climbing on the walls. So that's actually... Oh, actually, never mind. They're going to... Yeah, no, they're climbing on the walls. Trying to go after a peasant spearman. That's good enough for us. These guys have decent defensive stats with Siege Defender. So they'll hold up in melee against the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses, most likely. But yes, those Infernal Ironsworn get nice volley grenades on top of these Jade Warriors with halberds. Unfortunately, did a lot of damage. Did kill some of their hobgoblins. But we're trying to get our Ironhail Gunners up here to where they can get some shots on these Infernal Ironsworn while they push in with the rest of the stuff on this side. I guess they just had the gate bug and managed to slip through a few. So these Infernal Iron Guard fighting some of our Jade Warriors. And this side we pretty much held up everything we wanted to. Hobgoblin Archers and thinking it's getting on the walls, but they're going to face Jade Warriors with shields. Our Tindo Shadow pretty much wiped out the Cathay Fireburn right there. And our Jade Claw Warlord, he's going to try to do some damage to these Infernal Ironsworn. They have used all of their grenades, but they're super tough in melee. 125 armor, very good defensive stats. We're really going to struggle to get through them with anything we have. Oh, I guess the Cathay, only one of them slipped through the gates. The rest of them are up here. But blunderbusses try to get off onto the ground, so we're going to bring over these halberds to try to keep them occupied. We really do want to retain control of these towers as long as possible. So we're going to try to do our best to do that. These Jade Warriors, unfortunately, are getting... How are they going to get capped from them when you have just basically as many units, but you have better stats too? That's kind of ridiculous. Maybe the AI gets an extra bonus to capture weight. But again, some guys trying to sneak through, so we put up some tier 3 towers in most of the spots. Thanks to the extra defensive supplies we get from our compass. Yes, blunderbusses been routed off. Peasant horsemen just trying to get into some of these Infernal Iron Guard, who had the fire glaives. Oh, it's Infernal Iron Guard, Infernal Guard. Yes, Cathay Fireborn now coming in for the charge. Against our Jade Warriors with halberds. They don't have too much armor, so we're going to try to focus them down with some missiles. But they have started to get to the point where they're disintegrating, or not disintegrating, but they're no longer unbreakable, so they will start to disintegrate sooner than later. This flank going mostly in our favor. Cavalry just cleaned some units up. We're bringing the other guys over. But our Jade Claw Warlord, yeah, was not doing very well against the Infernal Ironsworn. He has very little armor despite having great stats. So we just want to be very careful with him. So the big threats in this battle are going to be these Sorcerer Prophets. They have heavy armor themselves, pretty decent stats. It's a minor ward save, miss or resist, so they're just going to be difficult. Looks like the Hobgoblin Archers are trying to shoot our Jade Claw Warlord, so we'll just bring him over maybe for a few cycle charges back and forth. Tindo Assassin over here helping with that Weeping Blade, lowering the armor of all these guys. Jade Warriors crossbows, ideally not something we want to have in melee, but we are bringing over some of the cavalry and Jade Warriors over to help as well. Yep, the Infernal Guard pretty much got routed, and the blunderbusses went off the map, I believe, so luckily we don't have to chase them off. Oh, these guys do come back with 5 models, unfortunately. But up on the walls, our spearmen doing a pretty good defense against these hobgoblins sneaking against. These guys do have a bonus reciprocity though, which is not great. So that is going to be very useful on their part, so we're got our work cut out for us. Tindo Assassin, yeah. Oh man, all this fire was hurting. Lots of them coming in. Yeah, again, Jade Claw Warlord just taking too much damage, although we have started to wear the Infernal Ironsworn down to about half their models. But they're still going to be chads and keep firing, keep attacking for a while, unfortunately, so we're going to have to do our best. I'm trying to fight over here to avoid the arrows as best we can. I'm trying to get some friendly fire into their guys, but we've pulled some of our crossbows back, so hopefully they can get to a better spot to start shooting some of these stuff in the back. We have blunderbusses trying to move up and get to a firing position. These fire glaives did come back and are trying to capture the gate. We're losing control of the tower up here. Again, unfortunately, I don't know how, since we have more models and they don't have anything else up here. I guess, oh yeah, those are those are climbing up, so that makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, Jade Cloud Warlord doing his best, fighting some of the lower tier units now. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. We do have our halberds fighting them. They'll do very well against that. But yeah, he's taking a little bit of damage, which is not great because we are not going to have a lot to get through these characters if we're not careful. Yeah, Infernal Ironsworn over 100 kills. They're starting to get through our Jade halberds. Crossbows trying to shoot down some of these healthier units that are trying to get through. But looks like a little explosive came through. I don't know if that was part of the Sorcerer Prophet getting some shots off. But we've dealt with those guys. Just so many archers still. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. And the archers. And due to their high level, I think these guys are minimum rank 4 for the most part. So they're going to have a big boost in leadership, meaning they're going to stick around for a while. These hobgoblins trying to push into our back. Jade Cloud Warlord. Just sitting it out for a little bit, regaining some of his vigor. Tindo Assassin. Still doing some work supporting these Jade Wars with halberds. The blunderbusses were trying to get into a position to get some firing through the gate, but it looks like they got pretty much decimated without getting shots off, which is great for us. These guys, unfortunately, archers being able to push through. Our Peasant Spearmen trying to chase them off. Some of our units have routed, but they'll come back hopefully in the future. This spot, trying to be captured by these Hobgoblin archers. We have built some of the towers, but like I said before in other battle videos, a lot of the siege settlements have terrible tower placement like this. This is useless. When you can't fire 50% of your directions, that's just worthless. This one's a teeny bit better, but not by much. Oh. First Sorcerer Prophet is getting into melee, though. We were trying to do a little bit of damage to the Jade Cloud Warlord, but yeah, we just got to make sure he does not die. So we'll have some support from our Jade Lancers right here. But, ooh, Certain Doom going to come down right on top of them, which is unfortunate. So we'll get through their armor and do a fair amount of damage. Luckily for us, though, the Chaos Dwarf armies are almost completely out of ammunition, or the units that do have ammo are severely hurt. Yeah, we have these guys still trying to sneak past. Some of these cannon towers trying to do some damage now. Peasant Spearmen chasing them. I should have focused them on these fire glaives, though. Crossbows still getting some nice shots. Trying to kill these guys. Our Jade Warriors are just barely holding on, only because they have the leadership of this character nearby. But we finally break those hobgoblins. We try to shoot some guys over here. Our crossbows now trying to fire into this big blob right there. Jade Warriors and halberds holding out okay. Yeah, Jade Lancers really going to struggle to get through these Sorcerer Prophet. So, got our work cut out for us still. Even if we defeat the rest of the army, a lot of the hobgoblins are expendable, if I remember right. Oh no, that's the slaves, but they're still like going to contribute too much to the balance of power. As you can see, it's still in the enemy's favor. We are doing our best. These guys do have shields, so they'll block a lot of the ammunition of these hobgoblin archers. We'll try to finish them off. Tindo Assassin going to come over and go after this Sorcerer Prophet. Since he does have Weakened Blade, we'll try to use that to best effect and get him down. However, these guys are still pushing in, unfortunately, and because the towers are worthless, we'll continue to capture this point. Let's see if it actually gets a single shot off. That's not terribly inaccurate. Ooh. But, nope. We have a Dark Subjugation going down, which is not great. Lowering our melee defense. Jade Claw Warlord, below 1,000 HP. Peasant Spearmen coming in, or Horsemen coming to tie this guy down. Jade Lancers barely holding on. 14 models, but they've got no HP. Luckily for us, the pretty much only big threat from the Chaos Dwarf army are these Infernal Ironsworn and the characters, which they have one model and they're about to die. The rest of the stuff is basically out of ammunition. But, yeah. When you have that much armor, and good stats, it's going to be hard. We're slowly bringing the balance of power in our favor, but not by much. Yeah, our peasant horsemen trying to do their best to hold this guy, using their Jade Claw Warlord just to try to kill some of these units off so they don't come back. Over in this corner, Towers managing to do a teeny bit of damage, and some Jade Warriors with powers are trying to get on top of them. So we may keep all of our control points, thankfully. We don't want them to get any more momentum for any bonus leadership and stuff like that, but we're trying to get this gate back in our favor. On the towers again, try to clean up as many of these units as we can. Tindao Assassin, though. Oh. Just providing leadership support at the moment because he's very, very hurt. And he's taking a little bit of fire from these Wolf Raiders. And another Searing Doom on top of some other units, so that brings the balance of power precariously in their favor. They're actually going to try to destroy this tower instead of actually going for the capture point, which, let's say, we may just have just the right angle to be able to hit these guys. But we are wearing down the Sorcerer Prophet just very, very low, very slowly. We're bringing over Halberds now. They're exhausted, so their stats are not going to be great at getting through these guys, but we're just going to try to grind it out as best we can. Maybe do some cycle charging with our characters right there. Big charge, actually, and on the Jade Claw Warlord, actually. Did a chunk of damage. We're about even in the balance of power now. This is such a close battle. This guy, 200 kills. Let's look at the other one. 151. So Annie is putting out that ability which lowers our leadership and melee defense, which does not help. But getting a little stabby with our spears on the peasant horsemen. Assassin trying to come in, get melee attack just to lower his armor for a little bit. But he does have oh, that's actually from our character. Or no, from his. So he's leeching Winds of Magic on us, which doesn't matter because we don't have a spellcaster in the garrison at the moment. Oh. This is such a close battle. We were just setting up some of our cavalry just to try to clean up some of these guys who are moving in. We actually thought maybe we'll try to draw them all back to here so we can get some support from our towers. That seemed like our best case scenario, since we really just don't have the armor piercing on our units to get through these guys. So that's going to be our plan of action. Speed it up just a little bit since we're just kind of waiting right now. We've literally killed everything off except for the Sorcerer Prophets. So trying to draw them back. Unfortunately, Jade Warrior crossbows did get caught, so they're starting to take a few casualties from that. But we finally get the victory. Just barely by... Just hurting guys just barely enough for their leadership drops. But that was such a close battle. We barely survived that. Wow, that was actually a lot closer than I thought. These guys were just tanks. They didn't want to go down. Our lords... I'll just take money, because they're super low anyway. It's not going to make a difference. Okay, this is a spirit army, so we're just going to auto-resolve. Hopefully they didn't kill off anything, but they did weaken it quite a bit. This is the one that's trying to push in towards Cathay. Man. At least this campaign has been challenging. It started off like a little bit easier in the beginning, but it's gradually gotten more difficult, which is actually very fun. Yes, another spirit army. Thank you. Didn't kill anything again, but they severely weakened it. JC Pirates. Ooh, another one like this. I don't even know what kind of map this is going to be. It's not best one, but yeah, we'll fight it and have some fun. Ooh, JC Pirates besieging at Fu Chao. We have hopefully a good battle against them, but they've got a lot of artillery, so we're going to try to do our best to take these things out as fast as we can. They have 4 things of cannons along with 1 thing of mortars, so we're going to try to target them down with all of our artillery. Our mortars are going after their mortars, since these are the only ones that can actually shoot over the walls, and we have our other bolt throwers and grand cannons in the back trying to target them down as well, along with all of our wall towers. Trying to do as much damage as we can. We have the Regiment of Renowned Great Longbow Riders in reserve to try to get some units in the back eventually, but the second army is going to come in with some depth guard, deck gunners, pretty high level units actually, so it could be very dangerous if they actually get into the point where they can get into melee. On the far side, the first enemy lord coming in with 2 zombie pirate deckhand mobs and some JC pirates as well. But we have left our dragon-belted Shugen Gun and our Gate Master over to deal with her as fast as we can, while these guys fight the ones that get on the walls. We have our Steel Tigermen going to fight these guys. They will decimate the JT pirates and stuff like that, so they are not considered large entities, which is awesome, so their bonus source large with the spear is not going to matter. But the enemy cannons have put a hole in our walls. We do use our summon of the Celestial Ancestral Warriors, or Celestial Dragon Guard, to sit on top of all their artillery, and luckily for us, the enemy used their bloated corpse to go and jump on all of their units, so that just pretty much took out all of their artillery except for the mortars. So that was great for us. But this is the first time to check out some of the GT pirate units. So we have our Tepagumi. These are basically like samurai with rifles. They're pretty good. Decent range. Missile attack. Second army has started to come in. This lord is much higher level, level 23. And has some actual dangerous units like the Mongols and the Depth Guard as previously mentioned. Our 2 characters trying to deal with this lord as quickly as possible. Both of them have pretty decent stats, so we should be able to deal with her fairly quickly. JC Pirates getting annihilated by the Steel Tigermen. And our Wars with Spears will do very well against the zombie pirates over time, but they don't have a lot of melee attacks, so it will be kind of a slow grind to get them out of place. We do have our Divine Lance Rider who's kind of sitting in the back right now. I didn't want him to fire because he's not super accurate, unless he's a little bit closer range, so we want to get them onto a more ideal target so before we start using his ammunition. But we're going to bring in the Great Longbow Riders now to go after some of the last units left. 1 more bloated corpse out there. Thank you very much for the other one who did plenty of work for us. Kind of a betrayer right there. But we've got most of our missile units up here to try to get as much damage in these guys, because they're going to come all the way around to this breach in the wall and the gates where they're trying to get down as well. They do make another wall gap over here with these cannons. So these are the 1 units that we really have to take care of along with these deck gunners. They're probably the most dangerous units in this battle, so almost kill off our crossbows right there. Nice volley by them, actually knocks them off the walls. So that's going to be your duty. Do or die, you got to take out those cannons. Sirens getting pelted now. Their physical resist going to help against all these units, unfortunately. But we've set up our Nunga Riflemen and our Dragon Breath Gunners. These guys are awesome. I've actually learned to love these guys. So they have anti-large flaming missiles, no K range. They're pretty vulnerable though, so you have to protect them. We've got some Jade Warriors with halberds and Sword and Shield just to take any units that come through this gap. Mortar, after taking out the enemy mortars, just trying to get out this Tepagumian pirates, zombie pirates now. More guys with the battering ram coming after our gate, which is kind of funny. I've never looked at this before, so it's like the broken bow of a ship. That's pretty cool. Luckily for us, they're not being too smart about how they're trying to actually go after us on the walls, so Long way riders did try to take the long way around to avoid getting shot by all the rest of the units, but unfortunately they're taking focus fire from the cannon, so they have suffered some losses. But deck gunners so far have not noticed them, which is the best case scenario. Grand cannons still managed to get some nice value. First is going after artillery bolt throwers as well. We set them up on little hills so they're able to shoot over our walls. Mortars, only 4 kills, but they've done good work at weakening a lot of units. Their firecrack ammunition does reduce enemy accuracy, so that was great at targeting the enemy artillery, actually. Yes, this Jade Seed Pirate Queen, she's going to come right into our gun line, so that's why we set these guys up. We're bringing over our Dragon-Loaded Shooting Gun and our Gate Master over to hold the fort down right there. Cannons getting some nice shots in. Deck Gunners, unfortunately, did turn around and get onto our Jade Longmas. We took very heavy casualties, but I actually think we did enough to take these guys off of the artillery pieces. That's the ideal. Yes, we blow one up, though. So even if they die, if we get these guys out of commission, it'll be worth it. These get routed with 2 models. And the Deck Gunners decide to leave them alone after that, so that may be a mistake on their part. Ironhill Gunners, nothing close enough to get any shots off yet, but Peasant Archers and Crossbows doing a fair amount of damage. Divine Lance trying to get some of its shots off now as we get a little bit closer. This is what we actually want to see. This is the big issue with this army, is this level 23 Lord. So we're going to try to target her down as fast as we can. Bringing our characters to lock her up before she gets into melee onto some of these mortars, hopefully. Throughout the battle, we've been getting some heals off with Earthblood. That's a bound ability that we've got from leveling her up. But we will see some of her other magic, like she has access to the Wall of Wind and Fire. But big thing is Constellation of the Dragon, which can be very awesome. We're getting a little bit of friendly fire there from our Dragon Breath Gunners. That's not too bad, though. Mongols taking a lot of damage. Most of the infantry is dead. That far flank is completely secure. Yeah, the Jade Longmire Riders, they go down in the fight, but they take out the crew long enough to get them off the artillery, which is what we needed. Deck Gunners now just barely going to start focusing on actual dangerous units up here, so we're trying to get them down with our wall towers as fast as we can. They're taking the slow way around. The Dragon Breath going down on top of these guys, while our Divine Lance Battery Sea Turtle, a Dragon Turtle, going to hold them in place, while Constellation of the Dragon, ooh, just roast those guys. And that actually may be enough to break the leadership of the rest of the army. Mix of undead and pirate units. Did see Pirate Queen barely holding up. She's got less than 300 HP with the gang up of these 2 characters and the halberds. She should go down. Wall of Wind Fire goes down on some of these other units. Yeah, the we get the kill. Luckily for us, the siege battle wasn't too bad. Well, our Great Longmire Riders paid the price, but we took out pretty much everything we wanted to. Death Guard, unfortunately, are going to come back, but we are going to try to kill off this army for good once it's back in our control. So we're going to take the healing just to make sure we can finish those guys off. We've got to look forward to taking the Great Bastion back. We fended off. Oh, okay. Our caravan gets encountered by a weird army. Ogres, but led by a Herald of Slaanesh. A rift tears through reality and demons disgorge, hungry for mortal souls. They quickly catch the scent of the caravan and give chase. The only escape is to sacrifice some defenders and hope they can fend off the demons while the rest flee, or if you wish to retain your honor, stay your ground and face the demons. So we could fight them, and then we'll get Unbreakable with the entire army, Demon's Bane, but we would... Yeah, the army actually doesn't look too bad.
Cathay eternal.
It's probably going to kill my Crushers. Yeah, that I probably should have fought that one, but... Ooh.
Alchemist of
Yep, we managed to hold that gate. That was a pretty good battle, though. The freaking
Strength is fleeting.
sorcerer prophets were a nightmare. Oh wait, we lost our... Oh no, that was the guy. That were the guys up here. Okay, I was like, we lost this Tiger champion here, but no, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, that negative growth actually is really hurting. I'm gonna get rid of this once we'll like get some more of these guys. Weaving blade effect. Ooh, yes. We'll get like 2 more of these guys, and then we'll get rid of it. Because that's just totally screwing up the province, unfortunately.
Harmony before ferocity.
Alchemist of the House of
Alright, we have Zatan the Black coming now, and he's going to be much harder. This army, you were coming down. Can Village reach us if we march over?
Humility in all
It's hard to see. I don't think he can.
Instrument of the divine.
And if we lose this army, it's not the biggest deal, actually.
Gate master by the dragons. How?
Yao Ying. We still need to finish off these pirates, so you're going to come down that way. One channeling stance, though. Oh. We'll come right to the edge of our territory, so we finish getting back up to 100%.
Dragon-blooded sugar gun. The dragon-blooded. Naturally, a thoughtful maneuver.
We did lose some units, so we'll recruit some more on our way down that way.
To serve me is a
We kind of need more melee, which we don't have access to a lot right now. I'll just go for Jade Lancer since they actually have a fair amount of armor. Gate Master. Hard to hit. Our Dragon-Blooded Shogun Gun. Yeah, let's keep going stuff for our artillery buffs. Xiaoming.
Iron dragon.
I said we were going to take on these what else, but they actually have some pretty good units. Lots of treeman stuff there.
The celestial blacksmith.
A path untreaded.
Actually, what we should do,
Unlearned.
we should
Metal driven
declare
by
war.
Tiger and dragon stand as one.
Besiege them, and then use Xiaoming's army to take out the
Tight claw.
secondary army.
The moment of truth will be enforced.
If he wants to retreat from that, that's fine too.
wind.
He's going in the direction we're going anyway, so.
I am no fool.
Oh, he can still reinforce though.
Xiao Meng.
Ah. Okay, put you into encampment stance so you get the extra buffs.
Victory is not seized.
Yeah,
but
you would
earned.
lose almost everything actually. But Wood Elves are such a nightmare to fight. Did we lose any characters? No. I'm gonna that's pretty devastating, but it's better than I hate fighting the Wood Elves as slow factions. But, bonuses there. Xiaoming, you'll keep moving down here. Oh, we have that's right, I forgot about Nakai.
A long fire hardens steel.
For control.
An appealing experiment.
What we should do actually is just merge these guys.
Balance in all things, even bloodshed.
Seeking
So that'll help our supply lines.
I'm with you all the way.
my domain.
Okay, Xiaoming. Recruiting for alchemists. This gives diplomatic relations with ogres and Grand Cathay, so let's do that. Union? I think we're still on our confederation. Yeah. So we can't confederate Union right away. Our global recruitment slots are full at the moment. Yeah, you'll take out these two guys. We still need to recolonize that. Oh, they're coming up this way. I didn't see that. Kunlun does have a garrison.
No, I'm surrounded
This army's
by
not
wolves.
too terrible. Do you have a high-level lord I can just stick there, though? You're back in 4 turns, and you're back in... Okay, not really.
General of the Celestial Host.
Alright, we'll get to it.
The Emperor's chosen.
Sating. Strength and stone gives you more armor and physical resist. Okay, I feel pretty good about everything. Let's just look through our economy. Trade resources. Wage, okay. Is this stuff likely to be attacked? Probably not. Go for growth. Actually, no, let's do control here. Get some more game. Ooh, bonuses versus chaos. Yes, come over here.
Obey
What's
without
yours? Here's just pure bonuses for you,
question.
so you'll
This shall
join
be
that
no
army.
easy lesson.
Alchemists. I guess we should wait until we have the bonus from Xiaoming. But Honeyport. Let's go growth so we can get to tier 5 fast. Okay. I'm not going to build that up for now. Yours just a garrison. You're a garrison. Oh, wait, we had Nurgle declare war on us, right? Oh, actually, how much is the land market you can put out for our Astromancers? 6,600? Okay. Yeah, we... Tamarkan did declare war on us. So we should expect him at... Well, I guess he has to get through Yeti... they're not at war, right? Oh, no, they are at war. Okay, so he has to get through Yeti Peak before he can come after Shengyang. But I should be aware of that and start building an army there.
Sprout upwards to wage
We're going to gain the healing ability. Oh, actually, we get more points. Let's do Calm of the Primal Horn, because that's a bonus. Bonuses for Tigermen, which you don't have any at the moment.
Tiger and dragon stand as one.
Let's go down the blue line then. Let's do... Yeah. Okay. Caravan Master, get the last point. That way you can start
Our
healing in foreign
supremacy
territory.
is assured. An upper hand indeed.
Alchemists, you're level 18. Doing Xiaoming's army. Okay, he's going to cast most of the time. We've already got Arcane Conduit. So, let's just do point to that and point to some combat buffs. Astromancer. Let's try to get Arcane Conduit. Alright. Oh, I always forgot about that guy. She's all the way over there. I think she's got, yeah, next turn she should be able to get into the ceiling, come back to Cathay. What was the caravan? Oh, ugh. It's an exalted greater demon and Tamargon himself. Okay, we got no chance. That sucks, because that's a good caravan too. Vile Trolls, Chosen. Okay, we know that Tamargon means business. He's got very, very good units. So yeah, we should start building a army in Shangyang as soon as we can. Oh, they're coming with 3 armies this time. And Zeton the Black is really going to be a nightmare if he's on his Lamasu, because he's very, very hard to kill without it. I mean, even without it, yeah. But we may lose this one as well, but we'll start that one at the start of episode 10. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm Warhammer. Have a great day.